Well, Rise and Grind DMV, happy Saturday. We are waking up to a mixture of sun and clouds, and overall the weekend not looking too bad. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast coming up.
Brittany, thank you. This morning on DC News Now, devastating new details in the case of a missing mom from Manassas Park. She's been gone for nearly a month now. Why investigators are charging her husband and how prosecutors are building their case against him this morning. Plus, a suspect that may shock you coming up, who police say is behind several stolen packages in Maryland. And a TikTok food reviewer traveling across the DMV, helping small businesses along the way. We're talking all about the Keith Lee effect this morning.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
8 o'clock on your Saturday morning, the Roslyn skyline over in Arlington, Virginia, looking mighty beautiful as that sun is moving up high in the sky. Not really a cloud in sight, a little bit of haze out there, but not a bad way to start the day. Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on DC News Now. Starting off your Saturday, I'm Randy Bass. Tosin has the day off. We'll get over to your top stories in just a few moments, but first, we've got a great forecast in store for you this morning. Forecaster Brittany Ward here with that forecast. Brittany, it's going to be a great day to get in some last-minute pool time before the school year starts for so many students around the DMV Monday.
Yeah, it's going to be a gorgeous weekend ahead, Randy. We are tracking sunshine, warm temperatures, and then as we head through the end of the weekend, we're going to be seeing those summer-like conditions returning across the DMV. So satellite and radar showing you, yes, we are seeing a mixture of sun and clouds roll their way across portions of the DMV, but still dry across the area, all thanks to high pressure slowly moving offshore, but this will continue to keep dry conditions here in the nation's capital. Temperature-wise, not looking too bad. Stepping out the door, we're sitting at 68 degrees right now in the nation's capital, 67 as you head over there to Lexington Park, 62 in Hagerstown, 57 as you head over there to Winchester, but then you factor in those dew point temperatures. We have lots of dry air right now in the atmosphere. That's going to be giving us those comfortable conditions right now, but these dew point temperatures will slowly begin to rise, getting back into the 60s as we end out the weekend, giving us those humid conditions once again. So keep it here. We'll have a timing of this coming up.
Brittany, thank you. Breaking news this morning out of Fairfax County, where officers are investigating a domestic-related shooting. Happened around 9 p.m. last night on St. Giles Way in Franconia. According to Fairfax County Police, a woman was hit when a man inside a home fired a gun. She was taken to the hospital with a graze wound. The man who shot her was contained in the apartment and is now in custody. It's unclear at this point what led up to that situation. Police are also investigating 3 separate overnight shootings across D.C. and Maryland. In District Heights, Prince George's County Police there are looking into a shooting in a parking lot that happened at 9 p.m. on Walter Street. One man taken to the hospital. His condition not known at this hour. And in D.C., police are looking into a shooting that happened on 8th Street Southeast around 2 a.m. last night. They're also looking into a shooting that happened on Wade Street, also in Southeast, around 4 a.m. If you have any information about these incidents, you're urged to get in contact with police. And right now, the husband of a missing Manassas Park, Virginia mother is charged with concealing a body. Court documents in that case also accuse Mamta Kaflebat's husband, Naresh Bhatt, of murder, even though he's not been charged with that crime. Police arrested him Thursday, and right now he sits behind bars as prosecutors prepare for a bond hearing Monday morning. Today, though, a former federal agent says more charges could be coming soon. DC News Now's Max Marcilla has been following this case closely for us. He joins us near the Prince William County Courthouse.
After Naresh Bhatt was taken out of his Manassas Park home in handcuffs, he appeared in court. There, we learned what evidence prosecutors have that led them to charge him with concealing a dead body.
I think I'm still in a state of shock, honestly.
Among what was revealed in court by the prosecution, Naresh made inconsistent statements about Mamta's whereabouts. He bought 3 knives on July 30th, but 2 have not been found, and he bought cleaning supplies like Lysol and Febreze on July 31st. Plus, investigators believe there was pooling of blood in the Bhatt home that appeared as if someone was dragged.
They're looking to bolster and see what evidence is out there because they're constantly building a case.
Jennifer Coffindaffer, a former FBI special agent and News Nation law and justice contributor, says the next step is taking what was found during the hours-long search at the Bhatt home and figuring out if a murder charge can be proven.
Cellular device tracking is going to be one of the biggest things. Where did his cell phone go? I believe there's going to be a trail to follow both directions.
For both the investigation and Mamta's loved ones, the search continues. They want justice for Mamta and her 1-year-old baby, and a homecoming for a woman loved and now remembered.
We used to sit together, have like chorpate, and her baby was there. You know, that was the good time.
And now we take a closer look at the timeline of Mamta Kaflibat's disappearance. Initially, her husband told police he last saw her on July 31st, but now police say she was last seen on July 27th at UVA Prince William Medical Center, where she's a pediatric nurse. When she missed 2 shifts there, colleagues called Manassas Park Police to check on her. Police say they spoke to her husband on August 2nd, where he told them he didn't want to report her missing, saying she could just be traveling. 3 days later, he officially reported her missing. Fast forward to this past week, Manassas Park Police got a warrant, spent hours Wednesday evening searching the couple's Heather Court home. Late Wednesday night, police revealed Naresh Bhatt was a person of interest and was no longer cooperating with the investigation. Early Thursday morning, police arrested him and later charged him with concealing a body. Turning back to the district now, where police say a teenage boy was shot northeast last night, happened near the Huntwood Courts apartment complex on Hunt Street. Police say the boy was conscious and breathing when officers got there. No word on if police have made any arrests in that case. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you any new developments. Detectives in Virginia are investigating the death of an inmate inside the Fairfax County Jail. They say they found Nicholas Giampa unresponsive in his cell. Giampa had been in custody since January 2018. He was a teen at the time, accused of killing his girlfriend's parents in their Herndon, Virginia home. The case gained national attention as evidence suggested he was associated with neo-Nazis. Investigators say they do not believe someone else is responsible for Giampa's death. And in Montgomery County, a police officer there found guilty for throwing a smoke bomb at officers during the January 6th Capitol riot back in 2021. Justin Lee hit one of the officers' riot shields and filled the tunnel with smoke. Prosecutors say he was part of some of the most violent attacks against law enforcement during the riot that day. Lee will be sentenced in November. Montgomery County Police say Lee is no longer employed with the department. And in the district, Council Chairman Phil Mendelson says a temporary committee will look into Councilmember Trayon White's federal bribery charge brought against him earlier this week. Councilmember White is accused of taking more than $150,000 in kickbacks, allegedly using his position on the council to secure D.C. government contracts for businesses. The committee will also look at exactly where Trayon White lives within the district. They have until December 16th, to file a report. There will also be a town hall meeting Monday night to talk about the future of Ward 8. Now that Councilmember Trayon White is facing charges, the meeting is scheduled for Monday night at 6 p.m. at the Arc on Mississippi Avenue Southeast. Some local businesses in the DMV are getting a big boost thanks to a TikTok star. Food reviewer Keith Lee is continuing his trek across the DMV right now. He's already posted videos from 4 restaurants in Virginia and D.C. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg brings us the story this morning.
It's a packed Friday night at Dukem Ethiopian restaurant, but it hasn't been that way lately.
Nearly almost 30 years in, it's coming to the point that we don't know how much longer this business is going to last.
Declining business prompted Lydia Tefera to post this TikTok last week, which has nearly 1 million views.
We're already doing great.
Coincidentally, just days later, TikTok star and food reviewer Keith Lee announced he was coming to the DMV, and Thursday night, he made a surprise appearance at Dukem.
Shock and kind of like, what? What? Come again?
His Dukem review hasn't been posted yet, but others have been, and the so-called Keith Lee effect is happening.
Anywhere he goes is absolutely blessed right after, which is so cool.
In Alexandria, the already popular Flavor Hive food truck is getting a boost after Lee reviewed its walking tacos.
Thank you so much. Enjoy.
Some customers are here because of Lee.
I like his reviews. He makes the food look good, and this definitely didn't disappoint.
Back in D.C., Kane Caribbean Street Food on 8th Street Northeast was also reviewed.
It's kind of mixed emotions with that, but 7 out of 10 is a good thing, you know what I'm saying, regardless of what you're doing anyway. Front of house manager Nico Roach says it's been a slow year and this will help. We actually started to pick up before he came, so now that he has come, we'll be looking to pick up a little bit more.
What Keith does is he uses his platform to really bring awareness and attention to these smaller businesses and really does good. So the fact that, he even came here and came to all of these other places in the DMV is a big win.
And last night, Lee posted his review of Dukem, saying it was the best spot he's tried so far in D.C. Went on to say the food is so good, the restaurant should never be struggling to stay open. Right now, unclear how long Lee will be in the DMV, but we do know he'll be going home or back to Baltimore to visit there soon. And Brittany, all this talk of food's just making me hungry.
Yeah, and you know what, Randy, today will be the perfect day to maybe grab brunch outside. But if you plan on ditching the DMV and heading to the beaches, also not looking like a bad beach forecast. Ocean City, Maryland looks like your high today is the coolest on the map, sitting at 73 degrees. You'll be seeing a mixture of sun and clouds there. Kent Island, it looks like you guys are the warmest on the map, coming into the lower 80s. Still going to be holding on to a mixture of sun and clouds. We're talking mid to upper 70s as you head along the Delaware beaches, and then it looks like Virginia Beach, you guys will be holding on to the upper 70s with lots of sunshine. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of your DMV forecast and what's to expect heading into the weekend coming up.